This is completely off topic. I don't think I've ever asked you this. Were you a theater kid in school?
Yes, I was. Yes.
Okay.
Bro, he is the ultimate.
I was just like, I just wanted to confirm because I just assumed you were. And
God, I figured that out first 5 minutes of meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was also a theater major in college, so I doubled down into debt. But so I think as long as I can remember, performance or theater, but theater kid seems to be more of an insult these days. I've noticed it's like kind
I
of.
think it just means more expressive.
It depends on the person, I think.
Used to be a
it's the
compliment.
energy, you know. It's the energy of just not exactly like wanting to be the center of attention, but just wanting to go out there and express themselves.
Yeah,
you know?
maybe that's true. Yeah, but
Yeah.
it was
ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But I noticed
It's
these
just
days.
it's just a unique energy, you know.
I think it's like people who are like willing to throw themselves into a moment for like whatever purpose, be it like in joke with your friends or if it's a performance or whatever.
Is theater kid considered an insult? I think now
depends in the
it's. I
context,
think now it depends on the like. Let's go back to 25 years ago, right when I was around high school and stuff. You had jocks, you had band kids, you had choir kids, you had like
Choir kids.
Yeah, like the ones who sing a lot, you know,
I'm
those
phased
nerds.
out.
But like, you know, no, I'm kidding. I was in choir, but they kicked me out. But theater kid wasn't really an established trope
Okay,
yet.
actually, before you get further, everything you just named out sounds like a typical American high school movie.
Yeah.
I want to ask, how accurate are American high school movies? Because I remember like when I first started dating Sydney, I was like, "Oh, was your school like this? Was the dynamics like this?" And her school was like, "No, it was like nothing like that." Was your school?
Yeah,
like
I think
that?
so. Before I answer the question, I am very curious to see what is your imagination. Can you tell me what is your expectation of an American high school?
Kids getting pushed into the lockers.
Yeah.
Kids getting put in lockers. The jocks are basically every mid-2000s American high school
Leather
movie.
jacket.
Yeah, leather jacket.
They're all
American
the jocks
football.
are always dating one of the cheerleaders.
There's the girl that's not like other girls that everyone secretly crushes over.
And everyone drives to school. Right?
Oh, that's definitely
everyone
true.
drives to school.
Everyone bullies all the AV club kids.
Oh, certainly. I was captain of that. But that's fine. And debate. So I was like, I was down.
Basically, if you distilled Mean Girls into reality, that's like what I imagined it would be.
I would say from when I went to high school, brace yourselves, from 98 to 2002, there was a very strong semblance of these kind of broad strokes of personalities.
Yeah.
It was very cliquey is really what it was.
Right.
So jocks or sports-related people didn't usually cross over into theater.
Were they the cool kids? Were they the cool kids?
I would say that, to put it into context, somehow I won prom king my senior year. This was an unprecedented feat in this sense. Before me, the previous 19 winners had been sports captains.
Right.
And so I think
You broke the meta, man.
I broke the meta by thug intimidation and like rigging the votes. But like for a really long time, your valedictorians or your most popular kids would be sports stars or the captain of the basketball, football, wrestling teams.
You know what stood out to me when I was watching American school stuff, and I guess even when I see pictures of it now, I'm like, we have like way less stuff in British schools. We just don't have a lot of things.
Like,
and
what
it
do you
seemed
mean?
like the facilities were really good in American schools. Like the idea of having lockers. I was like,
You guys didn't have lockers?
no, you don't get a locker.
I thought everything was like
we had
Harry
lockers.
Potter. You had common rooms.
No, you don't
and
get lockers.
head
You don't get
boys.
lockers in your school, right?
I don't think we did.
No, we didn't have lockers.
We had lockers, but they weren't like the huge
Oh, yeah,
American
the great
sized
ones.
ones.
It's
Like ours
crazy
were like
that you
this
get a
big.
locker. Like that's why you would line up in a bag and you just lug it around all day.
No. Because the most valuable time was the like 5 to 10 minutes between class.
Right.
We'd go to your locker and hang out, and like you'd have like the full suite of whatever. You know.
We didn't really get time in between classes. You usually just go right to the next one.
Yeah.
What goes in a locker?
Well, you got your bags. That's most important.
You don't just carry that.
That's the least important.
you just carry that around.
Girls,
Carry
girls
it.
had like mirrors and makeup and like all kinds of different things that they could, address and do stuff.
Yeah.
I kept comic books, Game Boy materials, trading cards, things that were more relevant to someone my age in the 90s.
And then I guess nowadays
I'm like imagining just your character archetype in every like high school movie now, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was the kid pushed into the lockers.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, I'm gonna get you.
I also saw this new school in Texas. It was like, I don't know if you can get a picture of it. There was this like super school being built in Texas.
Okay.
And the cafeteria was just all fast food chains.
Oh, we
And
had
the-
that.
The thought of having a fast food chain in the school
Yeah.
blows my mind.
We
I don't know if I could. It's like a fast food chain. There was like this. Yeah, look at this. Yeah.
Wait,
click that one. Click that one.
Wait, that's a mall.
This is a high
this is
school.
a high school, yeah,
This is a
yeah.
high school in Texas. It has Sonic, Jimmy John's,
Pizza Hut,
Subway.
Subway.
Isn't this insane?
Not even our uni had this.
I think genuinely, if this happened in the UK, there'd be a riot.
why?
The thought of allowing these brands into your school
Yeah.
to like
That's not so bad.
get kids like hooked
Oh.
on this style of food.
Yeah.
That
Because
does
like
work, yeah.
I had this feeling when I think we had a brief conversation about this on an RV trip. But I remember thinking like those when you go to those McDonald's parties as a kid, I feel like, man, I think McDonald's did such a good job on influencing me to like McDonald's my entire life.
Absolutely.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
talking about
Absolutely.
like the playpen era?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
everyone would have McDonald's parties, and it was like a treat when you get to go. And it's like they did such a good way of like.
Dude, the McDonald's
Yeah.
ice
And
cream
I feel like-
cakes slap.
Yeah, I feel like I have this like deep like calling that I just like McDonald's a lot, and I don't feel like It's because I was like, wow, this is really tasty, and I just feel like it's a thing that I've always liked.
Yeah.
And it's a constant that
It's
I've
always
had.
been in like the recesses of your
And I feel like that's how you get like
from the beginning.
lifelong customers is by putting fucking Jimmy John's in school and then getting them onto it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
we
And making
had,
a profit.
Domino's and Subway was our twos. That
What?
But there was
That's
two different
insane.
food courts. There was the food court which had like the slop that they put on the thing and you ordered it.
Yeah.
There was an a la carte section.
Yeah.
And then like a different food court that had pizza and Subway sandwiches.
It's crazy.
So who would ever go to the slop section?
Actually, a fair amount of people because
Really?
It's
there's
pretty expensive, right? to do-
it's about the same, right? Because you get the pizza by the slice, or you get like a $5 Subway sandwich. But the interesting thing about the food court is you ended up over 4 years of high school getting your favorite, like, oh man, the mozzarella sticks are great. Also, I like the cheeseburgers over here because they taste this way.
Sounds so unhealthy already.
Yeah.
I mean, it's American school system. What do you expect?
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
That's how we do things. But yeah,
I'm trying to think of like when I started to like stuff like, you know, McDonald's, Pizza Huts, and things like that. And I'm like, would I have liked it if I didn't have it as a kid? And I think I still would. I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure there's something I would still like, but I feel like it's definitely solidified my love for this. Because McDonald's has that taste.
Yep.
It's a very distinct taste. And I feel like I've been hooked on that since I was a kid.
it's weird that we have cravings for McDonald's.
Yeah. I get cravings
Like,
from McDonald's.
That's unhealthy.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm loving it.
I'm loving it. There you go. So, man, I mean,
Yeah, I do feel like it's hacked some part of my brain.
well, it used to be a reward. Like you didn't.
Yeah.
Nowadays,
Yeah.
you eat fast food all the time. But I remember when we grew up, it was kind of like once every 2 or 3 weeks, or after like a dentist, you'd go get a
No, yeah.
milkshake or something. But now it's a lot of people just eat it every day.
I
meant
have
me.
a lot of people.
Self-admission.
yeah,
So, yeah.
pretty bad.
I don't know. I think it was like the fries that hooked me on McDonald's.
Oh, yeah.
Fries are good.
Like
There's
it's
something on the menu that I think everyone has a craving for.
yeah.
In
Something
Japan,
about the fries where, you know, no matter what, McDonald's fries will always be a staple, no matter where I go in the world, of something that I will crave.
It's the Big Mac for me.
And it's not
The
even
Big
it's-
Mac.
I like the spicy chicken one.
Spicy chicken. That's
Spicy
right.
chicken.
That one is also good.
So good in
Yeah.
Japan. You got to get it.
They try to
Double
double it down with the
cheeseburger.
spicy beef, and I'm like, it ain't the same.
No, it's not
Ain't
very
the
good.
same.
Damn, I'm glad you. Yeah, we shared a mutual love of the spicy chicken.
Wow. I don't
Spicy
think we've ever
chicken.
simped for a fucking fast food chain as much as we have now.
See, now we're like in high school again.
See, like,
Basically
they've
the
got,
same
I'm
thing.
sure if I had fucking Jimmy John's at school, I'd be
Jimmy
like,
John's
man.
is fucking goated
Yeah, I
though,
know Jimmy
man.
John's is
Jimmy
good.
John's is
but,
great.
Yeah.
I shouldn't get hooked on it as a kid.
Yeah.
I should be forced to eat shit like broccoli.
But okay, if were you forced to eat shit like broccoli?
Yes.
Yeah.
And yes.
I was.
Surely that should have conditioned you to like it though, right? But no, actually, like some of
Wait, no, yes, I like
No, I
broccoli.
love
now.
broccoli.
you love broccoli.
I think because I was forced to eat it and get familiar with it,
Yeah.
as I grew older, I then became slowly over time, you're like, oh, I kind of like this thing now. And I feel like that's how a lot of why I can't enjoy a lot of Japanese foods because I wasn't forced to eat them growing up. Like natto is kind of tough for me
Yeah.
because I never had anything like that with smell or texture.
I feel like there is an element of that to it, but I also feel like I don't know. Maybe children just have different palates as well.
Of course they do, but
There
they
are-
change.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
change.
There are so many things that I hated as a kid, and you know, I kind of every time I ate it, like no matter how much my parents tried to force me, I would be like, no, I don't want to fucking eat this, you know. And then
I swear, if you eat something though a lot growing up, you will gradually become more used to it, unless you're really like traumatized or scarred by it.
Like tequila. Yeah.
Well, alcohol that does, yeah.
I mean, I got like
No one should be ingesting that.
I got traumatized out of ever eating fucking Brussels sprouts for like so many
love
years, and now I fucking love them. And you know, I
So
had a
good
period
in
of my life.
America.
Same with cauliflower. I ate a lot of cauliflower as a kid, and that like meant that when I was a young adult, I was just like, I can choose not to eat cauliflower anymore. And now I think it tastes fucking great.
Yeah.
If cooked the right way, you know. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's a palate thing as well. Maybe I don't know.
But there are
I'm
a
sure
lot
there's some
of but there are a
studies
lot
over
of
this.
kids who like grow up not eating like certain things, and that just like persists for the rest of their life, and there's no explanation to it.
Yeah, it's
You
wild.
know, so I
isn't it?
think it's just it's a mindset.
Yeah, and I
It
think
is a mindset.
Yeah.
maybe also I think I went too far. Like when we're young, your parents say, you know, when you're older, you can eat cookies in bed, all right? And then when I got older, I did endlessly. And then I got
don't mind if I do.
Good story arc right there. I can tell you.
I overindulged on the freedom, and then it kind of went past the tipping point back around where I'm like, I like eggplant and spinach and
I
cauliflower.
feel like you have to overindulge though at some
Yeah.
point in your
Yeah.
life, so that you're like, man, I know how it feels to overindulge,
Yeah.
and I'll go back.
It's
Because when
not
you're a kid,
so-
when you overindulge, you're like, this is the best thing ever.
Yeah.
But as like a young adult, you know, you have a night where you're just eating like 3 packets of chips and a Diet
feel
Coke.
awful.
And the next
Yeah.
morning, you're just like, oh God, I shouldn't have done that.
You just described last night for me, but thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yes. But yeah, that's right.
Part of the charm was being told you couldn't do that. So
Yep.
you're like, but now it just makes me
But what
want
if?
to. but what if I want ice cream for breakfast? That sounds incredible. And then you do it once.
And then you do it and you're like, oh, this is bad.
It's disgusting.
I'm shitting myself at 10 in the morning.